It's a rough road. Marta Kostyuk consoles Alexandra Eala after beating the 19-year-old in Rome's opening match. Alexandra Eala was handed a cold dose of reality at the Italian Open when she was outplayed by Marta Kostyuk in the first round. The Filipino was catapulted to the mountaintop of fame at the Miami Open last month, but is currently struggling in the European clay court season. Kostyuk encouraged the 19-year-old after beating her in Rome. Eala made her biggest impact in the WTA in Miami, where she defeated 3 Grand Slam champions en route to the semifinals. She oozed class in the WTA 1000 event, beating Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and then stunning Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinals. She crashed out of the tournament in the semifinals after losing to Jessica Pegula. However, her run brought her fame, but she has failed to smoothly transition to clay. She has won only 2 matches on the surface this season and arrived in Rome to feature in the Italian Open draw for the first time in her career. The 2022 U.S. Open Junior champion was dealt with by the informed Kostyuk, who wasted no time, beating her 6-0, 6-1. After the match, Kostyuk, who has her own history as a junior star and found herself struggling in the WTA, took her time to console Eala. The Ukrainian revealed that she told the Philippine star that the beginning of a professional career is always tough, but she must enjoy it. The tie between Kostyuk and Eala was their first meeting on tour. The former has been in strong form this season, especially since the start of the clay season. She hopes to continue with it at the Italian Open. Marta Kostyuk had the same struggle as Alexandra Eala before settling in the WTA. Marta Kostyuk had a similar run to Alexandra Eala and was highly praised. She won her first WTA main draw match at just 15 years old in 2018. She also reached the quarterfinals of the Australian Open that same year, but struggled to crack into the top 100. She had to ultimately adjust to the spotlight's glare and evolve her game. She waited until the 2021 Roland Garros to finally prove that she has evolved by reaching the second week of the tournament. In 2023, she won her first WTA title at the age of 20 after beating Varvara Gracheva 6-3, 7-5 in the ATX Open. Last year, she reached the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. She got to her first WTA 1000 semifinal at the 2024 Indian Wells Open. She has been playing tennis this season, and she reached the quarterfinals of the Madrid Open, before losing to eventual champion Aryna Sabalenka. She will take on Daria Kasatkina in the second round of the Italian Open in Rome. Alexandra Eala is projected to reach a new career-high ranking despite the Italian Open loss. Alexandra Eala played her maiden match at the Italian Open, and she's still in the very early stages of competing on the WTA Tour. The Filipino reached the second round of the Challenger event in Oeiras, Portugal, before receiving a wild card for the Madrid Open, where she defeated Victoria Tomova in the first round. She then faced Iga Swiatek in the second round and led in the first set before eventually losing after 3 sets. At the Italian Open, she exited in the first round after losing to Marta Kostyuk, but will ultimately see her jump 6 places in the WTA rankings. The 19-year-old is currently the world No. 70 and will earn 10 points for competing in the first round in Rome, which will see her become the new world No. 64 when the rankings are released next week. She will be the highest-ranked player from the Philippines in tennis history and will be back on the court at the WTA 125 event in Parma, which runs during the second week of the Italian Open from May 12 to 18.